This nigga just looking wrong on everything, man. He was saying Lakers in 5. When he said Lakers in 5, I didn't even know he meant out in by 5. Like, what the hell? What the hell is going on? Anyway, shout out to the Knicks. The Knicks is in, baby. New York, you know, I got to jump on that wagon quick. Every time they go New York, go New York. Let's go New York. Anyway, I got to start this podcast, yo. It's your boy Vance Michel, a.k.a. Vito Blaze, a.k.a. V-Love, a.k.a. Vance in your pants. It's Vance. It's like a D. It's like dance with a V. Okay? Anyway, I'm here to throw some flames on the shit I know. And the shit I know is go Allez go. Okay? Why I say go Allez go? Because here in Montreal, they, you know, the buses like to support the hockey team around here, you know? And it says, go Allez go. It says Allez. I said go Allez go. Anyway, I meant Allez Habs Allez. Allez Habs Allez. Allez Habs Allez. Right? Don't make sense. It means go Habs go. Cause that's what used to be on the buses out here to support the hockey teams. Right? But then they changed it to Allez Habs Allez. It used to be go Habs go. Okay, simple. The buses was out here. The public buses was out here. The STM, shout out to them. You know, they put a little effort. They was like, you know, since we going around the town, you know, and the team, every time when the team is playing, they have a game, the buses put on the banners. You see, go Habs go, and it's a good spirit thing. Goes throughout the town. Everybody who likes hockey look at it and be like, yeah, let's put support in our team. Go Habs go. And we all understand it, you know, because it's a bilingual city and everybody understands go. It's a simple English word. Simple. It's simple. It's go. It's just go. I think it's on most signs out here still. Go. It's everybody knows it's you go. We even say sometimes like, hey, would you, just go. Just go. People know what it means, even though, because we're in Montreal, and French is the I think the national language in Quebec, but here in Montreal, it's so biracial. You could put a simple word like go. It's nothing. It's not a whole sentence. Why am I saying this? Because they changed it to Allez Habs Allez. Allez Habs Allez. Makes it, you know, more syllables. People might see it, be like, what? Allez Habs Allez Hab Alley? What the hell is it? What are the bus people trying to say? The bus people, the public transportation, all they doing is just supporting the team. But now it looks confusing now. And they only did the switch because somebody actually complained. They complained. They saw the go Habs go. They saw the people getting happy. And some irritable fuck was like, yo, the go is not in French. And we live in Montreal. So they reported it to the language police. We have a language police out here that makes sure all the signs are in French and everything. The menus, like every correspondent is in French. If you have English, make sure you have a French one, okay? We have a language police, and the language police went on the STM's ass and said, hey, you have to change go Habs go to Allez Habs Allez. Now, I'm not mad for the language police for doing their job. I'm not even mad for the STM on how they respond, because they still was like, yo, you know what? We want to support the team and bring happy spirits to the town. So shout out to STM for not doing what I would do. Cause I would be like, change what? I would like, fuck you and fuck this whole city. Cause how's there an irritable fuck out there wanna rain on the whole parade and say, hey, the goal is not in French. One word. One fucking word. Who was the guy who woke up with a stick up his ass? Clearly a big stick. Something must have not go up in his ass. To even notice that the word on the bus, this guy probably doesn't even take the bus. That's probably what whoever made that complaint probably doesn't even take the bus. And he has the right mind to not let us know who he is, because this is real petty. This is something an ex-boyfriend of a bus driver would do, or somebody who actually worked at STM and got fired that day. If it's somebody like that, I respect it. I respect it because this is a real petty move. This ain't no, and who's happy? Who's happy that they made this change? Like, oh, now say Allez Habs Allez. Now I can understand what they were saying. Go Habs go. Say, what's up? What is that? Go Habs go. Who is this making happy? Cause I don't see nobody out here like, oh my God, thank you for changing the Allez Habs Allez. It really, now I can understand. And now I'm really going to buy some Habs tickets and be support. Cause I understand the team spirit in the city. Who, there's nobody out here like that. Nobody. I want to see some people like, oh, Allez Habs Allez. Allez Habs Allez. They don't even say that. They don't even say Allez Habs Allez in the stadium. They saying go Habs go. Fucking idiots. This shit don't make no sense, B. Whoever did that ain't even a Habs fan too. Cause you would already know when they cheering, even in the stadium. They're like, go Habs go, go Habs go. You fucking, yo. Whoever this guy is, I don't know. We don't need to say that he needs to be hit. Like, don't send a hitman on this nigga who complained this shit. I'm not saying send a hitman on him, but I'm just saying pack him up. Pack him up. Put him on a rocket ship, put him in space, pack him up. And put him in, like, we need to have not life sentence, but like once Elon get that like space thing popping, like start packing niggas up to space, B. Have them live on a nice space colony and shit. Pack these dipshits, these douchebags the fuck up and put them in all one spot. You know what I mean? Make a new Australia. That's what England did, and they made Australia. Fucking France did that shit, and they made Quebec. So I think collectively as a world, we just need to make a new, like, pack niggas up and be like, yo, let's just put all these fucking douchebags in one spot because it works. And then they can flourish into something new. Like Australia, how Australia flourished. Like, look at them. And look at us, Quebec, look at us. Now, fucking space colonies can fucking go. Because Australia, they came from convicts. Motherfuckers got too many people in prison in England, shipped them off to an island. That shit is Australia. France, prisons got fucking overflowed, and they was like, yo, we got too many prostitutes out here. Just ship them to this cold ass spot in Canada we got. Boom. Quebec is formed. And look at us now. So I just saying right now, you see, as a world, we collectively take our douchebags and just put them in a space colony. And watch that shit just flourish in 20, 30 years into a beautiful, beautiful place. Remember I said that first, alright? Now, what doesn't have me in the right place is the latest trending argument that's on the internet right now. It's 100 men versus a gorilla. So if you pit 100 men, 100 people versus one gorilla, who would win? I truly believe the gorilla will win. I truly believe the gorilla will win. It's not because, you scared? Are you scared? Are you scared of the gorilla, Vance? Have you ever seen what a gorilla can do? A gorilla is 10 times, not even 10 times, like 30 times stronger than a regular man. You could pick the strongest man alive. You could take Mark Henry. A gorilla is like 10 Mark Henrys put together. So if you're saying 100 niggas can fight 10 Mark Henrys, I doubt it. Put like 15 Brock Lesnar's versus 100 niggas. That's basically the one gorilla versus 100 niggas. Now, you know Brock Lesnar. You know what I'm saying? That nigga take like 5 niggas, regular niggas by himself. So, but yo, you talking about 10 of them. So you talking about like, okay, 50 niggas. You know what? This 100 niggas, 100 men versus one gorilla. Does it seem balanced or overbalanced? That's the thing. I'm thinking it's overbalanced on the gorilla side. That's what I'm thinking. I know the math thing added up from what I said before, but yo, just add up the motherfucking, add up your common sense. Who the fuck wants to fight a gorilla? So you put 100 niggas put together with the same common sense of, we ain't all fighting these niggas. We ain't gonna fight this gorilla. The gorilla gonna win. I add that math. That's the math I'm adding up right now on that shit. But what's agitating me right now is just the argument itself. I mean, this is what we doing with the internet. This is what we doing with our time. I mean, the trending topic, the trending argument isn't what they doing overseas in Israel versus Lebanon, or Russia versus Ukraine. No, it's 100 men versus a gorilla. Some mythical shit. This shit ain't even happened yet. There's real shit that happened that niggas need to talk about. But the number one topic trending, motherfuckers making videos and actually spending time talking about one gorilla versus 100 men. Like, come on, they could start to miss me with that. I mean, it's good entertainment. You know what this is? This is like if Tupac has, you know, when niggas smoke, cause I smoke and shit, and then you be like, yo, what if you put, I know one man can't take a gorilla, maybe not 20 men. You know what I mean? Like maybe 50, you know? But yo, here's the deal. Say if you had 100 men versus a gorilla, who do you think win? Hey yo, yo man, I think the gorilla might win. Wait, hold on. What makes you not think 100 men not win? Know what I'm saying? The only way I think 100 men might win is if one of them got a gun. You know what I'm saying? But then it depends on what type of gorilla it be. If the gorilla is from Africa, or if the gorilla is like, you know, from another part of the world, cause you know them African gorillas could take 100 men. But a different type of gorilla you know what I'm saying, might not be able to do that because it's not in them. You know, like them African gorillas, it's in them. Because, you know, they come from Africa. You know, they been through that. That's that real jungle. You know what I'm saying? It's like fucking with a nigga from a real hood. So if you put a real gorilla, gorilla like from Africa versus 100 niggas, I think that gorilla Africa could take them out. See, I'm high right now. You see where I took you with that? And that's exactly where this motherfucking argument is gonna take y'all niggas to, man. So don't be paying attention to that shit unless you really high. And you want to entertain your goddamn self. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just entertained you with that. You know what I mean? But, like, they need to take away the internet from some people. Some people don't even need it. I don't think a keyboard or access to the internet should be given to them if this is what they gonna be using it and doing. And, you know, niggas just gonna type on in and be like, hey, yo, man. If 100 niggas go against a gorilla, who would win? I mean, the information superhighway is right in your fingertips, and this is what you want to do. This is what you want to start. This is what whoever started this argument right here really had time on his hands, on her or his hands, or whoever distracted us with this, man. Y'all, good job. Because as soon as I go on my internet feed, I mean, there's something related to the 100 versus a gorilla shit. Like that's what I wanted to find out today. On today's episode of Idiocracy. I'm telling you, this is what we doing. They made a movie, Trey Parker, Matt Stone, long time ago. I saw this shit. I was like, hey, yo, man. That shit wild, yo. I can't believe society might turn out. Can society turn out to this? But it looks like we are. And it's all when the main argument is 100 men versus a gorilla. I don't know what's going to happen with mankind in a couple of years. What are we going to be talking about? You know what I'm saying? What are we going to be talking about in 10 years if this is what we're talking about now? It makes you think. Just think about that. Think about that while I put on this new Vito Blaze track. And after that, I'm going to come back with more flames to throw on the shit I know.
First thing I knew when I saw you, boo, I couldn't stop the forces that drew me to you. The frames in the heels that's looking so incredible. The sparks between us flying had it so electrical. But I gotta know for a minute if you is special. Gotta know if you haven't sent or if the devil sent you. Gotta know if you had my back when the chips is down. Would you hold the umbrella when the rain is dripping down? Don't even say Vito is tripping now, cause these bitches get caught. I see that they slipping now. I pray I'm not around a grimy ass chick. Wanna be around the one who I'm supposed to be with. Then we split to the getaway in a private ship. Sit down on the strip, I'm just sticking to the script. Romantic comedy, we live in 500 days of summer. I swim me like in your ass is gonna take me under. Hey you, what do I do to make you my new boo? I think it's time that you must become a member of my crew. Inquiries on my mind just to get to know you. I'm into you, I really like the fact that you something new. So it's time to meet you at the movies at 9. Couldn't wait to touch you while we standing online. This bottle of wine got you fine while we dine. This swagger of mine ain't something you decline. I look at you and I see the beauty of being kinda boy. Jesus be like, damn, pop, she's a top design. Your definition is something I can't define. All I know is you something that I can't get out my mind. Tired of dreaming about it, I said we do it for real. Do what we feel. Promise on my soul that I'll be gentle with your heart in my hand. Cause I do understand that it takes a lot for you to put your trust in a man. If your daddy's a sucker, let me tell you I ain't a fan. Should've held you down even if you wasn't planned. I'm just saying, I'm put on this earth to hold you down and turn around. You should catch me when my ass hits the ground. Hey you, what do I do to make you my new boo? I think it's time that you must become a member of my crew. Inquiries on my mind just to get to know you. I'm into you, I really like the fact that you something new.
That was Vito Blaze with a hot new track. Well, an old track. Well, you know, you probably haven't heard. That's why it's new to you. Okay? Anyway, if you want to see Vito Blaze performing comedy, all you got to do is just go to your YouTube and just search Just Blaze Comedy Special by Vance Michel. And then you'll see me doing some stand-up comedy. So give my comedy special a view, please. All right, that's the truth. All right, baby. Okay, man. Back to this flames. Back to the flames I gotta throw on this shit I know. Last episode, I spoke about Tony Busby and how he should be packed up and sent to space, and because you know he's out here just putting hate on niggas. And I actually gotta retract what I said, because I said he was fucking with Drewski, and then I started ranting about Drewski, which he was really fucking with Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp. I should have said it too, because I could have been the first one that broke the news about this shit, because that shit came up on my feed, and then I started talking about it on my podcast. My podcast came out before all these niggas talking about that shit last week, but it's so cool because I fucked up on what I said. So anyway, Shannon Sharp, right? He in trouble for the sexual allegations because, you know what I mean, 20, when the lady was 20 back in the day, was saying that, Shannon Sharp raped her. And now, since that allegation, he stepped off ESPN before they even took him out. You know what I'm saying? He stepped off because he already knew Disney money get fucked up, because that's the same type of situation. Homie was just in, what's the brother name? Damn, I forgot the nigga's name already, man. He about to marry Megan Good. Damn, I'm smoking too much weed. How the fuck I forget this nigga's name? It's gonna come back. Anyway. So, Shannon Sharp, he saw the heat coming from Disney already, so he stepped off. All right, he stepped off ESPN since then, but so he don't do the show with Stephen A. Smith no more, but he's still doing his podcast, and he's still doing that podcast with Ocho Cinco, but they lost some sponsors. They lost some sponsors on that shit, and it's not their fault. It's not homie's fault at all, cause you know, but he's still trying to make his bread. He's not letting this shit hurt his bread like the homie from Disney, like the homie that's fucking with Megan Good right now. Damn, what the fuck is his name, son? Damn. It's gonna come back, but you know the nigga that fucking with Megan Good and fucked his money with Marvel because he could have been King the Conqueror. You know that nigga that was in Creed 3. You know that nigga, son. Jonathan Majors. There we go. Jonathan Majors. So yeah, man, fucking Jonathan Majors, he in the same type of boat as Jonathan Majors, and you know that type of boat. You know what I'm saying? It's you know that type of boat. The boat is so crazy because the nigga was a top star to a nigga. I forgot his name just a minute ago. You see, Shannon Sharp could be that nigga too. A Hall of Famer, a football Hall of Famer who's doing podcasts, who had the million hits with Cat Williams. In 2 years, you could be smoking and you could be like, yo, who's that nigga who did that interview with Cat when Cat came out and said all that shit? Oh shit, I don't even know. Yeah, he could go out like that. But he's still in the game, keeping his name alive with the motherfucking podcast he's doing. Even though Shorty out here right now recently just was like, yo, he manhandling me. He did all of that because she was just a John Doe. Now her face is, you know, all over the flow. You know what I'm saying? It's all out there. And I'm looking at it like, man, is Shannon Sharp really? With all the bread you had, and then now here's the deal. Now you see all the black women and top black women too. Like, oh, Shannon Sharp, you could have had me. All the money you could have had, Shannon. You could have just, how you not get a prostitute, whatever, with the same color. This, that, all up in Shannon Sharp business, telling, oh, what Shannon Sharp should have done. Even Monique just recently was like, oh, Shannon Sharp, I warned Shannon Sharp and all of that about messing with these snow bunnies and all of that. Nah. And then after that, was really on the streets for my niggas. From all of this, they all like, yo, man, I don't know if I want to fuck with a snow bunny like that because the Uncle Shay got caught out there like that, dog. And I'm like, he's like, yo, man, Vance, you might have to quit. And then they all up in my face like Dr. Umar. Like they Dr. Umar. I'm like, first of all, I don't even, like, you know what I'm saying? Dr. Umar is like one of them dudes. Like you see him and you like, all right, cool. Like you want to make sure you don't say too much around him. He don't look like your brother to be down and all of that. You know what I'm saying? He look like he got the church deacon vibes. You don't really want to fuck with a nigga like that. Nigga like that ain't gonna be all up in my business and shit like that, because I don't get down with niggas like that. So anyway, niggas gonna try to Dr. Umar me like, yo, Vance, you need to leave the snow bunnies alone. First of all, I had a break from the snow bunnies. See, the thing is, you need to balance your snow bunnies, my niggas, because, you know what I'm saying, there's a time when I need the melanin. Of course you need the melanin. I need the melanin. You know what I'm saying? I like, love the black girls, love black women. But yo, if I want some Latina flavor, some Asian flavor, some white flavor, man. And then you gonna be like, oh man, don't be throwing all the other colors just to justify yourself. No, listen. I'm just letting you know, I just like all the flavors. I like flavors. And you know what? Vanilla just happens to be one of my favorite flavors. So if you gonna tell me to quit like that, it's gonna be hard. And then this goes out to a lot of brothers out there too, out there on that mission, telling them like, yo, I'm gonna tell my brother you gotta leave them snow bunnies alone. You need to know that it's hard. It's like heroin, my nigga. It's like, you know what I'm saying? If you gonna be that nigga, you at least be supportive. Support the nigga and try to wean him off. Feed him the methadone. Don't be like, oh, quit, and then after that, just leave him hanging dry and shit. No, hook him up, put him on. Tell him, be like, yo, this is where them ladies be at, the black women be at, and you should come with me, come there, I'll introduce you. You know what I'm saying? But don't be like, yo, quit them snow bunnies and then just leave a nigga hanging. No, man, come on. And plus, I tell you, if you tell me, Vance Michel, quit them snow bunnies, that's not happening. It's not happening. I might take a break, but it's not happening. It's not. Okay? Any snow bunny you want to come, any snow bunny, any descendant of the Vikings that want to come my way, any descendants, Irish, Jewish, what we talking Midwest America, man, you know what I'm saying? Just send them my way. You could come all my way. And then at the end of the day, I got to say, Shannon Sharp, I'm gonna keep hope alive until they find your ass guilty or until you got some money to pay. All right? Or hopefully you just duck out this shit like the nigga Jonathan Majors, because at the end of the day, remember, the shorty was fucking lying with Jonathan Majors, made him go through hell for shit. She actually fucking is in remorse because she did that shit. Oh, and y'all niggas want to keep going on with the shit every time when they throw some shit. Why won't there be a block of niggas that be like, yeah, miss me with this? Like, they gotta stop doing this to our people. But there's always some people like, oh, I told you, he didn't look too like he was straight anyway with all that money. He should have, like, why is Monique even trying to talk shit about Shannon Sharp right now just to get her name on the island of relevancy? That's what I say. Anyway, why is Vance so introspective today? I'll tell you why. Because I seen some shit. You know, I gotta tell you before I go. Life gets flat. Alright? Life gets flat. And when it gets flat, what do you do to get inspired again? Well, most of us humans, we probably watch something, probably read something, listen to something. Me, it was, I watched 3 things. I watched, I Think You Should Leave. It's a comedy series on Netflix. I rewatched it. I watched 1 episode, and then there was 1 episode I saw, and the guy said something to the other guy. He said, yo, man, you know, life gets flat, but, you know, you read something, you watch something, listen to some music, see some art, you know, and you get inspired to do some new shit, to come back at life like, bam, second with a second win. And that's what happened to me when I was watching. I saw that, and then what else I saw? I saw Billie Holiday versus the United States of America, or United States of America versus Billie Holiday. And I noticed, what I found out was about Strange Fruit. There's a song called Strange Fruit. Look it up. Billie Holiday. It's talking about a lynching. You know how black people got hanged from the trees in the South, and they still do to this day. And then, she's singing about this song, and then if she sings this song, the government's gonna try to arrest her and stuff like that. They can't arrest her on the song, but they can arrest her because she takes drugs. So they kept putting heroin on her. Like, everywhere she goes, they kept they try to put heroin on her. They threw the men that she was dating. So she couldn't trust not even the men she was fucking. And this was a very deep story. You know what's funny? I was an extra in this movie. I never saw this movie up until last week. I saw it last week. Oh, shout out to my boy Hakeem, his cousin. I said, yeah, I didn't even know he had a part in that shit. Anyway, I saw that shit, and it showed me like, yo, this lady's because the way she went out, she was like, they tried to put heroin on her. She was dying in her deathbed in the hospital, and the police came in. And then they asked her a couple questions, and then she was like, oh, y'all mad because I got a song, and it's beautiful, and your grandkids is gonna be singing that song. And she was right. That song is actually the song of the century, of last century. Strange Fruit. I gotta look it up. Strange Fruit by Billie Holiday. But what inspired me was that she didn't let not even the government stop her from saying or singing what's on her soul, what's in her heart. She didn't even let that do it because she knew she had to do it. She felt something in her gut. And she was right. She ended up having a song of the fucking century, which made an impact on a lot of people's lives. And it probably inspired more musicians to sing what's on their fucking heart, no matter what else people are telling them. And that's inspired me to be like, yo, fuck that, man. Whatever the fuck is on my heart, I'm gonna just say too. You know, if whatever the fuck I feel in my gut to say, cause I shouldn't be silent, but whatever you feel is on your heart and you feel like you gotta say it because you feel it's right, then do it. I think that's you know, when they say, you're here for this purpose, or God has a big plan and all of that, that's you being in line with, you know, the universal, holy-ish God plan, deity, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all one shit. For real. Even if you don't even believe in God, you can still be on that vibe. But like, yo, like if you want to be in your purpose, and then just spit it out from the gut. You know what's up. Yo, that shit rhymes, so you know it's the motherfucking truth, dog. So it inspired me, dog. And I'll tell you what else inspired me too. Avatar. I was watching Avatar. And let me tell you why Avatar inspired me. I was watching Avatar, and then I'm looking at the main character and the whole shit, Aang. And in the beginning, I'm like, damn, man, why this motherfucker running away from what he has to do in life, you know? He has to be the Avatar. But the motherfucker's so scared. He's like, I don't want to do it. And then he end up going to sleep for 10,000 years or 1,000 years or so. And then the motherfuckers happened, the bad guy, the Fire Nation just happened to be top of the world because the Avatar was missing. And if the Avatar was around, this shit wouldn't happen. But now all this bad shit's happening. And he's awake now, and he still was like, oh shit, man, you know, this is all my fault. I can't believe this is happening. And then they telling him like, yo, you gotta do what you gotta be a warrior. And he's like, nah, no, I don't want to be a warrior. And anyway, I'm watching this and I'm getting irritated watching Aang. And I'm like, yo, why the fuck is he a bitch ass nigga? This nigga should be ready to go. He got the powers to do it. He just gotta know what's up. Why he ain't rolling. And then I realized why I hate Aang. Because I saw me in him, and I hated that I was watching the way how I be when I'm running away from my responsibilities or what I gotta really do in life. And then I'm like, oh shit. That's why I fucking hate Aang so much, because he reminds me of what I don't want to be and shit. I see me in him basically. So now, once I saw that, I was like, fuck, I fucks with Avatar. I like him now because now I relate to him, and now when I see him overcome the shit and he's finding out who he is and he's getting more confident, because now, like the minute he gets a little bit self-esteem and then he does something, he experiences something new, and then he gets more confident in his abilities. And then I see that and I'm like, man, I love Avatar. And then that's what I'd be like, yo, that's what I need to try to do. I need to just keep going through more experiences and realize I got these abilities and my talents, and then I could use them for good and just keep going with more love with me, because whatever I do, it won't be wrong. It won't be wrong. It won't be wrong if I'm just doing it for the love. But if I'm doing it for the, you know, fame and the money and shit, like, yeah, that shit could go down. But at the end of the day, it's all about love and more memories with people who fucks with you and you fuck with them. That's the vibe that we on. I got inspired by all of that. And when I saw Avatar doing what the fuck he doing, and Korra and what the other motherfucker, they was down with him and his pet dragon, they was all riding through shit. And I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? As long as he was going with no fear, he was dead. Yeah, that shit rhymes, so you know it's some motherfucking truth. Alright. Anyway, that's all the flames I got to throw on the shit I know. Yo, be back for the next episode of Rapid Flames Podcast. Until then, guys, stay lit. To hear more episodes of the Rapid Flames Podcast, please subscribe to Rapid Flames Podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and wherever the fuck you listen to podcasts these days. Stay lit.